This is case number 25-5204 SD Appearances Council.
They said all for the people.
Robert Hartel from Ms. Paddock, who joins me at the table, Your Honor.
All right, you may be seated. We are here for the docket indicates a plea and sentence. So Ms. Dahl, where are we at?
Your Honor, the people are offering that if she pleads to an added count of operating while visibly impaired, the people would dismiss operating while intoxicated. And she did provide proof of now valid insurance, so we will be dismissing the no insurance count as well.
All right, Mr. Hartel.
Would be accepting that, Your Honor.
Ms. Paddock, have you heard what the attorney just said the resolution of this case is?
Yes,
And is that how you wish to resolve it?
yes,
You please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
It's my understanding that you'll be pleading guilty to an added count 3 of operating while visibly impaired. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and or a fine of $300. In exchange for that, the people will just be dismissing count number 1 of operating while intoxicated. That also is another 93-day misdemeanor, but it carries different fines and licensing sanctions. They'll also be dismissing count number 2 of operating without insurance, which is a 1-year misdemeanor. Is that your full understanding of the plea agreement?
Yes, sir.
Back on December 25th of 2025, were you on probation or parole? Were you on bond?
No,
Do you remember reading and signing the advice of rights form? It talked about your rights to an attorney and your rights to a trial.
yes,
Did you understand those rights?
yes,
Most importantly, do you understand that you have a right to a jury trial? That by entering a guilty plea today, you'll be giving up that right and you won't have a trial of any kind.
yes, I do.
Other than the plea agreement, has anybody promised you anything in order to get you to plea?
No,
Has anybody threatened you in any way?
no,
And is it your own free choice to plead today?
yes,
Are counsel aware of any other promises, threats, or inducements not made part of the record?
No, Your Honor.
Then Ms. Paddock, to the allegation that on or about December 25th, 2025 in Antioch Township of Wexford County, how do you plead to added count 2 of operating while visibly impaired?
Guilty.
yeah,
You plead guilty?
yeah,
In order to accept that plea, I must have you tell me what it is that makes you guilty. And before I do that, are you sure you want to plead guilty? It just looked like there was a question there. So do you want a moment to talk to Mr. Hartel?
Sidebar. It's okay. State treats it less severe. As long as you still feel comfortable.
Yeah.
All right, just make sure he understands it.
okay. Yes, I'm comfortable with that.
All right. In order to accept that plea, I must have you tell me what it is that makes you guilty. So back on December 25th of 2025, were you operating a motor vehicle in Antioch Township of Wexford County?
Yes, I was.
And prior to operating that motor vehicle, had you consumed alcohol?
Yes, sir.
And do you believe that that alcohol impaired your ability to operate the motor vehicle?
Yeah,
Do counsel believe the defendants provided a factual basis in which to accept the plea and the court rules have been complied with?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
As does the court, I find the plea is knowing, voluntary, and accurate. Ms. Paddock, I find you guilty of operating while visibly impaired. Pursuant to the plea agreement, the operating while intoxicated and the operating without insurance will be dismissed at the time of sentencing. Counsel, I have received the substance use assessment in this case. Have both of you received that as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, and I've reviewed it with my client, Your Honor.
All right. Any corrections or additions to be made to it?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor. Sorry.
All right. Allocution, Mr. Hartel.
Yes, Your Honor. I do thank the people for their offer. I do believe this is a fair resolution, especially with aspect of the insurance, and we are again grateful for that. As I noted a moment ago, I did go over the assessment with my client. She's very grateful that the court gave her a bond again after she had the issue on bond. I believe Mr. Harrison was covering for me that day, but I made sure to watch on the Zoom to make sure I'm all caught up with recent events. She did inform me that that slip was due to an interaction with a family member. She's realizing that's triggered. That's one of the things that's important because I told her, even though I'm going to ask the court to consider fines and costs only, there's a realistic chance the court could place her on probation. In theory, the court could even give her jail. We're asking the court not to do that. The court was on the fence between the two. I do believe she is supervising. Since she's been on the daily testing machine, to my knowledge, she hasn't had any issues that I've been made aware of. I know that she has looked back on that little bit of a mistake and learned from it. As I had a little bit of a private chat with her, but I'm sure she's okay with me discussing this. Sometimes the people who do the best in the long run are the people who make the mistakes in the beginning. Maybe that's, I don't want to use the phrase get it out of their system, but they learn from it. They sometimes, even as adults, it's been a long time since my daughter was small enough to be testing her boundaries, but as a teenager, sometimes they still do that. And my point.
Not sometimes.
All right.
Always.
But my point is, Your Honor, for whatever the reasoning is, she's not going to have any further issues, just as she didn't have any issues on bond after that. I don't doubt she'd be perfectly well on probation if the court felt the need to supervise her. I'd ask the court to consider anything other than jail. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Dahl?
Your Honor, reading through the substance use assessment, seems like she was diagnosed with, I believe she was diagnosed with a current substance use disorder, but she did have a prior severe disorder for substance use. I don't believe anybody fully 100% no longer has a substance use disorder, especially when they were severe at some point and had AA. I think she was able to remain sober, but if you don't maintain and work on your sobriety, this is what happens. So I believe that some probationary period is appropriate in this case, although the substance use assessment does not recommend counseling. I do believe some AA meetings might remind her what instigated her being sober in the first place, especially with the violation of bond that she does have some issues with restraining herself from alcohol. So I'd ask for probation in this case for at least 9 months with some AAs and some monitoring of alcohol use, maybe random testing, whatever probation feels is appropriate. The victim impact panel as well. This was a blood draw. Her BAC was 0.12. I would like reimbursement to MSP in our office. I believe she should have some jail credits as well, but I'm not.
4 days, yep.
We're not asking for any further jail time, but we do ask for probation. Thank you.
What brought her to the attention of law enforcement?
Recall. So they observed a traffic stop was conducted when they observed a suspect vehicle cross the center line multiple times, and the plate returned with no insurance.
Ms. Paddock, you do have the right to address the court prior to sentencing. Is there anything you'd like me to know?
No, I did have an extreme alcohol problem years ago. I was never in trouble ever in my life, but I took it upon myself to put myself in rehab after losing several family members to alcohol. And, I went to rehab and then I went to AA immediately. I was the chairperson at AA, very, sponsor. I was a sponsor for other people. I probably know a lot more than people would guess about alcohol and the severity of alcohol that can cause problems.
How long ago was it that you went to rehab?
I believe it was in 2019.
And when did you start drinking again?
Probably in 23, 24. And it wasn't just, it was just a drink, not
Sure.
excessively drink because I have liver disease.
Right. So what brought you to start to drink again? I mean, you had 4 or 5 years of sobriety and you knew you had issues because you put
Right.
yourself in rehab.
I realized the main part of my issue with the alcohol, because I never was a drinker, was a severe depression. And I'm on medication for that. And you can drink your sorrows away, but they're still there in the morning.
Mhm.
So now I can actually have a drink and it's not like it was then where I just felt it was the end of the world.
So when you drank before, could you control it, or was it to the point you would drink to?
Oh, no, I had no control.
And I know Mr. Hartel had said that sounds like there was some family issues going on this day. Or did I misunderstand that?
Oh,
was
the
the
what I
bond
bond.
violation.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was the bond
Yeah.
violation. Okay.
I have a daughter she graduated last week from cosmetology school, but we bump heads quite a bit. She's 19. So, and knows everything.
So after picking up this drunk driving, have you gone back to AA or counseling or anything like that?
No, I've been having a lot of car issues. That's why I was gonna do some, community service and MISA there, for my PVTs or whatever, the blow machine,
Okay.
but I've had car issues, so that's in the shop now.
Well, the good thing is with the, one good thing to come out of the pandemic is we now have AA classes online. And I'm also the judge of the sobriety court. I know a lot of our participants use that. There's mixed reviews as to what's more beneficial, the online or in person, but I highly encourage you to get back to those as soon as you're able to. It is concerning that, you realize that you had so much of an issue that you put yourself in rehab, you chaired meetings, and then we see it a lot. Everybody starts to think, maybe I can handle one drink, and then one drink leads to more and more, and next thing you know, you're been arrested for drunk driving. So I'm not gonna order it. But I'm gonna highly encourage you to do that. Now, I know we had the bond violation earlier and you've been on daily testing since then. Have you found that daily testing beneficial?
Yeah, except for I don't get no sleep.
Do you think you can do it without the daily testing?
Yes, I can.
I'm gonna put you on a period of probation for 12 months. I think it's appropriate, given the bond violation we've had in this file, and also the fact that the assessment says that you were previously severe alcohol use disorder, but now in remission. So I want to just make sure we keep you in remission. So for that reason, I find it appropriate to be placed on a 12-month period of probation. During that time, you're not to violate any law, report as ordered, keep your contact information current, not leave the state without the consent of your probation officer. You are eligible for early release. So if you've done everything you need to do within the first 6 months, you can be released at that 6-month mark.
Okay.
I want you to attend the alcohol highway safety education class and the victim impact panel. No alcohol, no recreational marijuana, because I don't want you trading one substance for another. And I'm not gonna order the daily testing. I'm gonna do testing pursuant to your probation officer. But the probation officer may place you on daily testing if she feels though it's necessary.
Okay.
I'm also going to order that you follow the recommendations of the substance use assessment. Any counseling that your probation officer feels is appropriate, including drugs and alcohol, and any additional programming she feels is appropriate. There is a $75 Crime Victims' Rights Fund fee, $50 state minimum fee, $150 fine, $150 court costs, $150 attorney fee. I'm only going to charge you 6 months of probation. That's $180. If something happens that you stay longer than that 6 months, you're going to have to pay the monthly probation fee. Prosecutor reimbursement fee of $100. And I'm sorry, Ms. Dahl, you said this was a blood draw?
It was, Your Honor.
All right, so $300 back to the state police. The law in certain circumstances allows recoupment for the cost of prosecution, and OWIs happen to be one of those. So that's what those last two charges are for.
Okay.
There is 4 days jail with 4 days credit. Because of those 4 days, you are entitled to a $20 credit towards your fine. Any balance that remains unpaid for more than 56 days will have a 20% penalty added to that. However, I'm going to waive that penalty while you're on probation. So that 56 days will start ticking after you're done with probation.
Okay.
Anything else in the judgment of sentence, Ms. Dole?
No, you're on.
Mr. Hartel?
No, thank you.
All right. Ms. Paddock, you can go out to the front window where you checked in, get a copy of your judgment, make a payment if you're able to. If not, get set up on a payment plan, and then go downstairs and get signed up for probation.
Okay,
All right. Good luck.
thank you.
Thank you.
It's in the same place, community corrections, it's just a different window. I forget which window, but those.
It's-
And then return that machine.
So if, when you go down to the ground floor and go into that hallway, it's gonna be the first window on your left.
Okay,
And then do you have that machine to turn in?
yeah, it's in my vehicle.
Okay, so you can turn that into community corrections today as well.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Court next calls the people of the state of Michigan versus Preston Lee Grams.